Mm. What's cracking? Oh man. Oh Lord. Lordy, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. Lordy, Lordy. What's cracking, man? We coming. At you live and direct, man. Um, Today's episode, well, this afternoon's episode. Yikes. Um, Man, let me just tell you, shout out to Loud. Um, yeah, listen, we are in the building, man. We are in the building, man. Shout out to Loud. Shout out to everybody out there. Man, excuse me. This is going to be, I don't know if America has the bandwidth for this story, man. Another story. I don't know if they have. They already, the left already is accusing Republicans of being divisive and racist. So the Republicans are on the defense. They stepping back. They getting smacked all in their face with jabs. So they and then the liberals. There's no way they cover this one. So um, yeah, another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. Yeah, we flooding the zone. Yeah, man, we flooding the zone, man. Facts, man. We flooding the zone, the mother effing zone, man. Jeez, boy, I tell you, man, cause I was gonna do this show on something else, man. Yeah, man, slow boy, yeah, man. Hit that, take that $5 challenge, slow boy. I'm back. Support the channel, man. I ain't never seen you up on the board. Support this channel, man. We bringing it to you, rough, rugged, and raw. Mm, yeah. Let's make race realism mainstream. Listen, this one right here is a doozy. This is a doozy, man. I'm telling you, man. Shout out to Roger Wood, man. Roger Wood. He said another cup of afternoon Joe with Black Columbo. Yeah, man. I'm back, man. I'm back like I'd never left, Jack. I told y'all, man. I was gonna do something else. I was gonna do a different topic on this afternoon show. Then I seen this. I said, oh Lord. I said, my God. I said Crystal Ball Cologne, man. I literally said Crystal Ball Cologne, man. You know Crystal Ball Cologne, that's Columbus. That's Christopher Columbus's name. That's his name. Christopher Columbus is the anglicized version of his name. His real name was Cristobal Colon. Cristobal Colon, man. Jeez, I seen this. We gonna warm it up, man. Let's get into it. Let's warm it up, man. Let's let some people get in here first. Let's warm it up.
An investigation is underway into the death of a worker at a UPS facility in the city of Richmond. Authorities say the mother of five was inside a trailer when the accident occurred. KTV's Jenna Katsuyama has been looking into the incident and also spoke with grieving family members.
She was a warrior. She always kept it pushing with a smile. Always tended to her kids.
Now, Shelma Reyna's kids are alone. Their mother was found dead at the UPS warehouse Sunday where she worked since last year.
My mom works 2 jobs to take care of 5 kids.
Aldo Icalz-Balseta is the eldest with a 17-year-old, 10-year-old, and twin 8-year-old siblings.
Damn. That's sad, man. Poor kids, man. That's so sad, man. They're gonna get paid though. They may get paid. It's not gonna bring. It don't mean nothing, but I mean, yeah, I think they're gonna get paid. I think
He
they're gonna
said,
get paid.
UPS and police called him Sunday and said they'd found his mother crushed under boxes in a trailer around 4 p.m.
I cannot believe that that's happening, like a nightmare. I will let you know what happened at that moment to see, because no fair for everyone. For my son, they hurt. They cry every day. They feel bad. They're still waiting for their mom.
Richmond police say at this point it appears to be an industrial accident. There was a conveyor belt leading up to the container.
The initial reports indicate that the person was alone in the container at the time of the accident.
Police say investigators are awaiting autopsy results to determine the time and cause of Reina's death. Family members say they've heard from other workers that Reina might have been in the container for up to 4 hours before she was found by another employee.
Wow.
Police say Cal OSHA will be investigating.
Whether there were cameras in a position that
Wow, a poor woman. We're gonna get to the main event in a minute. And I'm just gonna let some people get in here. We're gonna cover some other crime while we're waiting for people to get in here, man.
4
Share
p.m.
this.
starts now.
If you never shared a Knock Nation video before, share this one. Share this one. We're looking for 10 people to share this on social media. Hit the like button as well.
4 p.m. starts now.
More than 3 years after a Stockton man was stabbed, shot, and killed at a Tracy gas station, his accused killers face their first day of trial in a San Joaquin County courtroom. Family members say the victim, 30-year-old Justin Peoples, made a pit stop for change when it all happened. The family believes this was motivated by race, and today they want answers. Thanks for joining us here for Fox 40 News at 4. I'm Riley Carroll. Fox 40's Josie Hart joins us with more on the moments inside that courtroom today. Hi, Josie.
Well, Riley, today the courtroom was jam-packed with family members who say that this wait has been long enough. And one question still remains on their minds, and that is why Justin Peoples was killed.
I miss my son.
Justin was an honorable young man with a family that loved him, was well loved, with children, who was making plans for a future for his children.
For the family of 30-year-old Justin Peoples, photos are all that's left to tell his story. A military man, a father, a man they said had a big heart.
He's a nice guy, man. Once you got to know him, and if he trusted you, he'd do anything for you.
I know that my son wanted to live.
On March 15, 2022, investigators say Peoples stopped at a Tracy gas station where he bumped past Christina Lynn Garner. The encounter turned violent when Jeremy Wayne Jones allegedly stabbed Peoples multiple times. Garner.
Oh, wow. So he bumped the white girl and the white dude stabbed him. How is that racially motivated, though? Because they said it was racially motivated. Let me make sure that I heard that.
Tracy gas station, his accused killers face their first day of trial in a San Joaquin County courtroom. Family members say the victim, 30-year-old Justin Peoples, made a pit stop for change when it all happened. The family believes this was motivated by race, and today...
the family believes that. Okay, the family believes that. Okay. Yeah. Salute to Slow Boy Whitehead. I don't remember that name, Slow Boy Whiteboard. You said you've been around since before I was sleeping. I never heard your name before. Maybe you used to have a different name. But salute to you, man. Thank you for supporting the channel, man. Yeah, this is it seemed clear. I'm sure they got video, and I'm not saying that it's right. It's stupid that this guy killed this guy for bumping his girl, but it's not race.
People stopped at a Tracy gas station where he bumped past Christina Lynn Garner. The encounter turned violent when Jeremy Wayne Jones allegedly stabbed Peoples multiple times. Garner is accused of shooting him in the head. Both were charged with first-degree murder. Hate crimes were initially charged but later dropped, a decision that the family does not agree with.
This was a hate crime in the valley. It's exactly what it was. Every time mothers and fathers, especially black mothers and fathers, have to come to these tables with pictures of their son and have to say the same thing over and over and over.
It should cost no one's life, no matter who they are.
During opening testimony on Tuesday, multiple witnesses described what happened during the attack. But for the family, one question remains unanswered. Why?
Why would this happen to someone that's just going to the convenience store to get gas?
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up, man. And you know, it's crazy. Like today, man, it reminds me of today. I was at the gas station today, right? And you know how you pull up to the gas pump, and it's two-sided. So there's another car on the other side of you. You're on this side. And I went up there to get gas, and I was trying to figure, I was trying to, pay with my card and everything. And I looked up. I was like, yo, who is this guy on the other side of this damn pump? He looked familiar, but I couldn't put a face to him. So I kept looking at him, and he was looking at me, and I was looking at him, and he was looking at me. I was like, yo. And then it hit me and said, oh, shit, it was this rapper. Y'all probably don't know him, but, Mash Out Posse, he's a rapper, right? He won the, Mash Out Posse, Bill Dan's little fame. So I was like, yo, Mash Out. I was like, MOP. He was like, yeah. I was like, all right. Because I was like, I'm looking at him, and he looking at me, and it's like, I'm like, I wasn't, I wasn't feeling tense or nothing, but I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Where the fuck do I know this guy from? And I know he was like, what the fuck is this nigga keep looking at me for? And it could be that quick. It could be that quick. Something like that could turn deadly. But but when it's a white person, like in this case, it's a white person. It's a white person. It's racist. The white dude could have just been about that life. Listen. Do this white dude look like he about that life? Guys, do this white dude look like he about that life? To me, he looked like he about that life. I don't know. Press 1. You think this white boy about that life? That white boy look like he about that life, man. That white boy look like he about that life. Yeah, so it's like he with the shits. So, I'd like to see the surveillance camera from the gas station to see what happened. And I'm not saying that I'm going to justify it, but I mean, for them to say it was racial, it's just like that seems preposterous. It seems like yo, you bumped my girl. And you know how niggas be. We look at a white boy like, man, fuck you, white boy. Fuck your girl, you bitch ass nigga. Smack the shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how, if this dude was a street guy, that's how he probably was going to handle it. If the black dude was a street guy, I don't know if he was a street guy. Where's he at? Right here. They say he's in the Navy, but that don't mean nothing. The Navy is just, the Navy. It's just like a job. It's like working at the post office or working at, working in the government. You still a nigga. If now if they tell me he was a square, I don't know. That doesn't change it either. You say you wonder if the glider is short? Yeah, disrespect. Yeah. It could be. Yeah. Disrespect somebody's lady. Yeah, that shit is crazy. But listen.
And a father, a man they said had a big heart.
He's a nice guy, man. Once you got to know him, and if he trusted you, he. Do anything for you.
I know that my son wanted to live.
On March 15, 2022, investigators say people stopped at a Tracy gas station where he bumped past Christina Lynn Garner. The encounter turned violent when Jeremy Wayne Jones allegedly stabbed Peoples multiple times. Garner is accused of shooting him in the head. Both were charged with first-degree murder. Hate crimes were initially charged but later dropped, a decision that the family does not agree with.
This was a hate crime in the Valley. That's exactly what it was. Every time mothers and fathers, especially black mothers and fathers, have to come to these tables with pictures of their son and have to say the same thing over and over and over.
It should cost no one's life, no matter who they are.
During opening testimony on Tuesday, multiple witnesses described what happened during the attack. But for the family, one question remains unanswered. Why?
Why would this happen to someone that's just going to the convenience store to get gas? He didn't know them. They didn't know him.
As the trial continues, the family wants two things: justice and peace.
I'd like to hear that guilty, guilty, guilty 12 times. And just for my family to get peace.
Now, we did reach out to the district attorney's office to try to get more details as to why they dropped those hate crime charges. We are told that because it is an ongoing trial, they are not able to comment at this time. For now in Stockton, covering local news that matters, Josie Hart, Fox 40 News.
All right, Josie, thank you.
Wow. Wow. Everybody hit the like button, man. Smash that like button. Support the channel. Smash that like button. Shout out to Gary Reeve. He said, awkward 2-a-day shows. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know most people expect me to be around at nighttime, but, you know, I got the kids, man. I got the kids right now. Wife out of town.
And we begin at 6 with breaking news in Cobb County. Tonight, police have arrested a man accused in the shooting death of a 9-month-old girl. Officers have charged 22-year-old Ladarius Trammell Brown with felony murder.
Ladarius. God damn, I hate you niggas, man. How you shoot a 9-year-old, man? How the fuck do you shoot a 9-month-old girl, man?
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Russ Spence.
I'm Courtney Bryant. Authorities say the baby was shot and killed outside the Budgetel Inn on Circle 75 Parkway. Fox Eyes' Deidre Dukes joins us live with these breaking details. A very tragic update in this situation, Deidre.
Yeah, Courtney, this is truly a heartbreaking case. So many people out here touched by this tragedy that you can imagine the relief from those here hearing that there has been an arrest made in this case. Police confirming this afternoon that one person is in custody and more arrests are expected. Now, 22-year-old Ladarius Brown has been charged with felony murder, aggravated assault, firearms possession during a commission of a felony. He is currently being held at the Cobb County Jail without bond. And we talked to folks out here earlier in the day before we got news of that arrest. One woman we talked to said that her friend was the intended target, and that the mother and her 9-month-old were.
Okay, so he wasn't trying to shoot the 9-month-old. Okay. I'm about to say that shit.
Out here earlier in the day before we got news of that arrest. One woman we talked to said that her friend was the intended target, and that the mother and her 9-month-old were innocent bystanders. Now, the woman we talked to claimed that her friend warned the child's mother to leave the area before the shooting. Tragically, that 9-month-old was shot and killed. Now, we talked to another woman here, Sasha Mobley, who tells Fox 5 that the child's mother is homeless and had been hanging out in the area for the past few days. Mobley said that she helped care for the baby and was crushed to learn of her death.
She was about like 8 months old, I think they said. She had her 2 little teeth down here. We had just put a little romper on her, like little pink and white one over her diaper, made her look all cute and whatnot. She had a little bow in her hair. She didn't have much hair, but she had enough just to put a bow in there. But she was precious. And I'm disgusted.
Now, while there has been a major development in this case this afternoon with word of an arrest, police say this is still very much an active investigation. They're urging anyone with information in this case to contact Cobb Police. In Cobb County, Deidre Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, that poor baby deserved better. Deidre, thanks. New at 6, a Norcross mother has pleaded guilty to murder in connection to the death of her 8-year-old daughter. According to the Gwinnett County District Attorney's Office, Brittany Hall pleaded guilty to murder, 11 counts of cruelty to children, concealing the death of another, and making false statements. The judge sentenced her to life in prison. Her daughter, Amari Hall, was beaten to death, they say, back in 2021. Investigators found her body in a wooded area in DeKalb County days after the mother reported her missing. Gwinnett prosecutors say Brittany Hall and her girlfriend, Celeste Owens, acted together in the abuse. In December 2024, a jury found Owens guilty of murder, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, and child cruelty.
Developing here at noon, police announcing a new arrest today after a child tragedy.
A 3-year-old boy was.
Jesus Christ. So Ladarius killed that 9-month-old. These niggas killed a 3-year-old. I just want you to pay attention before we get to the main event. Niggas are out here. Yo, there's no comparison. You can't compare these people to anybody else. There's no, well, white people kill white, 85% of white homicides over each other. No. The proportions are just too lopsided for it even to be an argument. Look at these niggas, man. All these niggas would shoot anybody. And they think it's going to be sweet in jail, which it might be, but Jesus Christ.
Killed by a stray bullet while at a birthday party in Fort Lauderdale last year. Local 10's Hannah Yeshivi joins us live from Fort Lauderdale.
She has more on who is in custody in connection with this deadly shooting. Hannah.
Just hours ago, right here at the Fort Lauderdale Police Department, detectives announcing the arrest of 4 people involved with the homicide of 3-year-old Rilo Yancey. Those detectives saying after a very long year of hard work, they finally have 4 men in custody. Words from detectives the young boy's loved ones were waiting for more than a year.
I'm proud to announce that we have concluded our investigation and that 4 individuals have been charged in this case.
Tyler Hollins, Andrew St. Louis, Antonio Carter, and Tommy Allen, all connected to the homicide of young Rilo. His grandfather says they finally got the answers from detectives they had been praying for. After last summer, the 3-year-old was at a children's birthday party here at Riverland Park in Fort Lauderdale when a stray bullet killed the boy.
It's a wound that could never heal.
Jesus Christ. He wasn't at the wrong place at the wrong time. You know how niggas like to say that, wrong place. This little boy was at the right place. He was right where he was supposed to be. Hate you niggas, man.
Detectives they had been praying for. After last summer, the 3-year-old was at a children's birthday party here at Riverland Park in Fort Lauderdale when a stray bullet killed the boy.
It's a wound that could never heal. Just when you think you're getting over it, the rain comes storming again.
Detectives thanking the public who called with tips.
Did receive about 3 dozen tips on this investigation.
Okay, salute black community. Salute niggas. Give the niggas a round of applause, man. Salute niggas. Niggas cooperated with an investigation, man. Salute to you niggas.
Thanking the public who called with tips.
Did receive about 3 dozen tips on this investigation that, put us on the track. We were there, but the community definitely came forward and we really appreciated the community.
But why did this shootout happen in broad daylight at a park?
It was a beef between the parties involved here and a patron at the party. Because of the acts of these cowards right here, a baby is killed because they had a beef with someone else at the party and they couldn't control their anger.
His grandfather says the family now holds on tight to this stuffed animal they have with a recording of baby Rilo saying, "Hallelujah, amen."
When we look for comfort, I mash it. You see, that's all I got to live with and with, you know, and it just take me back, you know.
Wow, man. Niggas don't know the pain they cause. Niggas cause so much pain, boy. You niggas just pain. Look at this man. That brother, man. He being strong, man.
And this was a very, very emotional announcement. All of that family of that 3-year-old boy was here present at the end of the announcement, thanking the detectives, handshaking them, clapping, telling them how happy they are to get a little bit of justice after this terrible tragedy. Of course, all of them with tears in their eyes. And those detectives, once again, thanking the public who actually called in this case. They said, thanks to the dozens of calls, they were able to close this case. We're live in Fort Lauderdale. Hannah Yeshivi, Local 10.
Yeah, you niggas are awful, man. Got a beef with somebody at a kid's birthday party. Jesus Christ, man. Y'all niggas. Y'all niggas are awful. Lordy.
Now the details here. A Wilmington woman is pleading for the public's help to solve the murder of her son. It was 3 years ago when the teen was shot and killed in what police believe was a case of road rage. Action News reporter Cheyenne Corinne live for us now at police headquarters with the latest on the investigation, also the mother's emotional plea. Cheyenne.
Shari, this grieving mother, says that it feels like just yesterday that she lost her 19-year-old son, Samir. This month marks 3 years since he was shot and killed, and she's hoping his murder will soon be solved.
Love you, mother. All right, love you, son. See you later.
Camilla Torrance replaying one of the last times she said goodbye to her son, Samir Walker, before he left their Wilmington home 3 years ago.
Samir was a very happy-go-lucky kid.
The 19-year-old was shot and killed in West Philadelphia on September 4th of 2022. His mom says Samir's car broke down the night before, so he borrowed hers to deliver food for extra money.
Samir got shot. I said, what?
Around 1:45 in the afternoon, Philadelphia police say Samir was at the Chick-a-Boom restaurant drive-thru on 46th and Lancaster Avenue. While waiting for his food, Samir reportedly had an interaction with another driver. The altercation then escalated to gunshots being fired from the suspect's car when Samir got out to pick up his order. Police say a passenger in Samir's car also returned fire, and the motive appeared to be road rage.
Hold on. He still went to get the order after the guy shot at him?
Lee had an interaction with another driver. Samir reportedly had an interaction with another driver. The altercation then escalated to gunshots being fired from the suspect's car when Samir got out to pick up his order. Police say a passenger in Samir's car also returned fire, and the motive appeared to be road rage.
Am I crazy, or are they saying he was a food delivery driver? He was picking up an order. They got into an argument with another driver, some kind of interaction. The driver shot at them. Then he got out to get the order after being shot at, and then somebody from his car shot at the other guy. Hold on, man. They riding around with guns to deliver food, man. You gotta tip these. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you better tip these motherfuckers. They riding around with guns. These DoorDash motherfuckers riding around with sticks. You better start tipping black folk. Shout out to Don Quixote, man. He says, salute, what do you think the real son murder rate is, knowing they do 50% and it's 50? Yeah, I always say 75% of the murders are done by black people. I always say that. Anytime you got a race where black women are more likely to commit crime than a white man, our women commit more murders than the men of another race, it's a wrap, man. Forget about it. I used to ban people. Press one if you remember. I used to ban people from saying 1350. Who been around that long? I used to not ban, but I used to bar people from saying 1350 in my chat. You couldn't say that over here. because that shit is not close. The FBI statistics are not accurate. The FBI statistics is only closed cases. They're not all of them, victim surveys and stuff like that. And more white cases are closed than black cases because white people cooperate. 13% of the population commits 50% of the homicides. It's definitely 75%. Definitely 75%. And listen, just think about this case right here. Think about it. He's a delivery driver. He's a great guy. He's salt of the earth according to his mama, right? They riding around with sticks, with blickies, delivering food, which, hey, you in Philadelphia. You probably need to. He from Wilmington. He in Philadelphia. You probably need to. You probably need to drive. If you delivering food in Philadelphia, you probably need a gun on you.
Philadelphia police say Samir was at the Chick-A-Boom restaurant drive-thru on 46th and Lancaster Avenue. While waiting for his food, Samir reportedly had an interaction with another driver. The altercation then escalated to gunshots being fired from the suspect's car when Samir got out to pick up his order. Police say a passenger in Samir's car also returned fire, and the motive appeared to be road rage.
No closure, sleepless nights. It's just been horrible.
The district attorney's office says detectives were able to track down the vehicle believed to have been involved in the shooting and interviewed the owner, as well as the person who was reportedly driving the car at the time of the shooting. However, at this time, no arrests have been made and no charges have been filed. His mother says the lack of closure makes it even more difficult to accept her son is no longer here.
I still have his number saved in my phone, and I will still text him. He won't be able to get married, have children, become something of himself. He was robbed of that.
And at this time, police say this is still an active and ongoing investigation. Police, along with Samir's family, they are asking anyone with information to please come forward.
Gee.
Live at police headquarters, Cheyenne Coran, Channel 6. Action News. Shari?
Yeah, we hope police can make progress. Cheyenne, thank you.
Well, these videos show the dramatic ending of a terrifying ordeal in Ogontz yesterday. The man being taken into custody here was accused of abducting a young girl, then firing shots as her mom tried to rescue her. Action News' Maggie Kent spoke with the girl's mother today. She's live at police headquarters with the details. Maggie.
Yeah, we spoke with that determined 28-year-old mother who would quite literally take a bullet for her child and nearly did yesterday.
That's not how our story was going to end that way.
She 28. This Philly, y'all. She 28. The Philadelphia boy. God, dog.
And nearly did yesterday.
That's not how our story was going to end that way.
28-year-old Naja Bullock lived some of her scariest moments yesterday. It ended with a dramatic arrest, her neighbor fighting as he was taken into custody after an armed barricade situation. It started when Bullock says that man grabbed her 8-year-old daughter, Phage, from the shared backyard along the 5900 block of North 20th Street.
When she got closer to the door, he snatched her in, pulled her in, shut the door and locked it. All the other kids ran up and told me.
Bullock says her daughter fought back and managed to get out. As the mother approached the home armed with mace, she confronted the man, who then started to shoot.
About a minute into me spraying that mace, that's when the gunshots rang off.
When police arrived, the man locked himself inside the home with his young son.
They're knocking on the door. He never answered the door. So that's what was going on when I was here.
But they also know that he's armed because he shot at you.
Yes.
Thankfully, no one was hit. The suspect was taken in. For Bullock, she'd do it all again for her daughter's sake.
No matter what or whatever I have to do, I will do it before I let anything happen to her or her sisters.
And that means facing bullets coming your way.
Yes, it does. Facing bullets, whatever comes my way. About the 3 that I birthed, I'm willing to take it all.
And Phage went back to school today. She's a little shaken, but in good spirits, and most importantly, unharmed. At police headquarters.
Boy, you niggas, y'all community, the community, the community, the community, the community, the community. Yo, we gonna get to the main event soon, man. Shout out to my man, Boy Kachina, man. He said, mad lad Ladarius. Ladarius was like, what, 10, 20 niggas ago? I almost forgot what the fuck he was talking about. That was 10 criminal niggas ago. Salute, Arc Nation, Joe Curry, M626, Rundaz, Chat, and the Nation. Shout out to Boy Kachina.
A strange case from a local pet store. 2 tarantulas stolen right off the shelf. Police say 2 women have been arrested and both charged with organized retail theft. Claudia Nichols is joining me live from MPD headquarters. She was at the store today to find out what happened. Claudia, the tarantulas, I should say, they've been returned.
They have, Lenise. The store's general manager tells me someone dropped off the cages near the front door on Tuesday night. And while the spiders are now safe, many are questioning why they were stolen in the first place.
Why anyone would steal a spider, that is the question of the century.
2 tarantulas disappearing from the shelves at a local pet store. Sally Trufant, the general manager at B&B Pet Stop, says her spidey senses told her the tarantulas didn't run off on their own. She says they checked their security cameras and saw 2 women pushing a shopping cart out of the store with the tarantulas still inside their cages.
One of them distracted the cashier, the other one rolled on out with 2 tarantula kits.
Trufant says they posted pictures of the 2 women on social media, hoping the community could help identify them. And that's exactly what happened. Raja Johnson and Talija Johnson were arrested, both charged.
This ain't Philly though. This ain't Philly. I think this is Alabama. Yeah, this is Alabama. This ain't Philly. This ain't Philly, y'all. No need to worry, man. This ain't the Philadelphia. This ain't the Half-Life, man. God, oh.
Charged with organized retail theft. Trufant says the stolen red rump tarantulas aren't poisonous, but can be aggressive if they're not handled properly.
They have fangs and they will give you a puncture wound. Generally, tarantulas are observation-only pets.
She says the spiders were returned the next day.
We can see on our security, a hooded figure coming in and dropping off the one, and then they leave the frame of the camera and then come back with the other.
Trufant says this isn't the first time a pet has been stolen from their store. In 2023, a woman took a $400 ferret. Unlike the tarantulas, Trufant says the ferret was never returned. Now she jokes the store may have to rename its tarantula kit after what happened.
We call them a grab and go kit. We're going to have to change that to grab, pay, and go.
Well, Trufant says both tarantulas are in good condition, and she wants to thank the community for all their help getting the word out and identifying the people involved. Live at MPD headquarters, Claudia Nichols, Fox 10 News.
Shoplifting incidents are surging in Southeast Baltimore. That's according to data from Baltimore police showing a 68% increase.
Crime is down. Crime is down, but shoplifting is up 68%. But crime is down. Okay. All right.
Compared to this time last year.
As Fox 45's Rebecca Pryor reports, area businesses are paying the price.
Every day somebody coming to get something that they don't want to pay for.
At this Royal Farms in Brewers Hill, employee Lee Evans
I've been working here for 3 years now.
says shoplifting at this store is worse than ever before.
Multiple times a day?
all day long.
In fact, just a few hours before we arrived,
Just recently today, a lady came in and she started stealing sunglasses. It can't be stopped or it's nothing can be done about it.
The 7-Eleven across from the Canton Crossing Shopping Center has also seen the same shoplifting surge. Take a look. The sign reads, "No backpacks allowed in the store anymore." It's also had to cut back its hours, no longer open 24/7, instead closed between midnight and 5 a.m.
It was like terrible.
earlier this year, the 7-Eleven security cameras capturing about a dozen teenagers stealing items off the shelves. The store manager tries to confront them, but then the thieves turn violent, slamming him against the wall.
I said, you have to pay for that. Then he started pushing me. Things are getting very, very worse, especially with the kids.
According to data from BPD, shoplifting is skyrocketing in the Southeast District, jumping from nearly 400 incidents this time last year to more than 650 so far this year, a 68% increase.
Oh, I believe it. That's why a lot of the business around here closed, because they stole so much out of it.
As for what's driving the rise, that's driving out business. Baltimore police point to opportunistic thefts, repeat offenders, and incidents involving young people. In response, police say they're stepping up patrols in the area, focusing on stores hit the hardest and partnering with juvenile services and community groups to deter young offenders.
They are not scared of anything. They think like it's fun.
But for local businesses, it's a serious problem.
We wish that we can get some help.
Rebecca Pryor,
because we really need it bad.
Fox 45 News.
Jeez.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for
They
watching.
got to hear the mayor running around talking about crime is down every time he opens his mouth. Jeez. Jeez. We gonna get to the main event soon, man. Let me see. We'll do the main event at 4, man. We'll get to the main event at 4. So all you people that wanna hear about the shooting, I mean the murder, the career criminal that murdered that beautiful white lady. We're gonna get into that at 4. We're getting that at 4. It's a lot of crime, man, and I want everybody to, absorb all of this, man. This is the only channel that focuses on crime. Crime is not over. Trump is doing a great job trying to tackle it, but he's being fought tooth and nail at every juncture. So salute to Donald Trump. We're going to do our part, exposing it, raising awareness. Shout out to Muramasa, man. Muramasa says, in stories like that 3-year-old never gets national news. But if a Sunman is killed by a glider, there's riots, national coverage, outrage, etc. If a Sunman is found hanging and they have footage of him walking his nigga ass up to the fucking tree, or they have footage of him buying the fucking rope, that's going to be a national story. It's going to be blamed on white people until they get like 17 fucking autopsies to prove they really killed himself.
Neighborhood leaders here say they saw a drop in the number of people squeegeeing after the mayor's Squeegee Collaborative launch, but they are seeing people out here consistently again. In fact, if you're hearing a little bit of honking behind me, that's because some of the neighborhood leaders are out right now asking people to honk if they don't like this one-lane road here on Gwynns Falls Parkway. They say that actually contributes to the squeegeeing because of the slow flow of traffic. City State's Attorney Ivan Bates is expected to join them out here.
So they blaming the one-lane road on the squeegee kids when you can just slap those fuckers in cuffs and haul them away because you already told them not to do the shit. They gave these niggas jobs. Did you know that? They gave these niggas jobs. The mayor gathered up all these squeegee boys, the teen ones, and gave them jobs. And now there's a whole new generation of these niggas out here, or the ones that couldn't cut the mustard or couldn't whatever do, nigga, you can give a nigga a job and it don't really, you know what I'm saying? He gotta actually do it. But the man tried to get these niggas jobs. And they blaming the squeegee problem, the re-emerging squeegee problem on one-lane roads. The fucking road has to catch the beef for these niggas.
Neighborhood leaders are out right now asking people to honk if they don't like this one-lane road here on Gwynns Falls Parkway. They say that actually contributes to the squeegeeing because of the slow flow of traffic. City State's Attorney Ivan Bates is expected to join them out here at 5:30 this evening to see for himself and listen to their concerns.
We don't want to see the squeegeeing. We don't want to see drug addiction in the middle of the street. We don't want to see panhandling. And we feel that we've got to tighten this up right now.
And that's why Lawrence Bell and other neighbors who live along Gwynns Falls Parkway and North Hilton Street are putting pressure on city leaders to do something.
2 of our seniors, names unidentified at this particular point, were threatened by a squeegee youth over a week ago.
I hate to say it because I like to see them make their little bit of money. The squeegee guys have to go.
What we're asking the city government to do, along with the state's attorney, is to begin to do a targeted enforcement along Gwynns Falls Parkway.
11 News captured Baltimore police speaking with someone who was squeegeeing at the intersection Wednesday afternoon, asking him to leave and patrolling the area. A representative with the city state's attorney's office says officers can issue citations to adults squeegeeing, but not to youth. Instead, youth are referred to the mayor's office of African American male engagement. Neighbors say squeegee workers are sharing a
The what?
Youth. Instead, youth are referred to the mayor's office of African American male engagement. Neighbors.
So they got an office of African American male engagement. Man, slap that nigga in some cuffs and haul his ass out of there. You ain't supposed to be out there squeegeeing, nigga. They don't make really no money squeegeeing. You know they make a lot of money begging and shit. Begging and fucking browbeating people for money and intimidating people. These niggas ain't out here doing no service.
11 News captured Baltimore police speaking with someone who was squeegeeing at the intersection Wednesday afternoon, asking him to leave and patrolling the area. A representative with the city state's attorney's office says officers can issue citations to adults squeegeeing, but not to youth. Instead, youth are referred to the mayor's office of African American male engagement. Neighbors say squeegee workers are sharing a message of their own on these posted signs along the roadway, asking people not to judge them and instead support them. Linda Batts says she wants to support young people in other ways by getting them off the streets.
I want to see opportunities to invest in these.
Look, ma'am, the mayor already fucking gave him a bunch of jobs. The mayor gave him jobs. We get into the main event at 4.
Kelsey and Nicole, this has been a journey for everyone involved. The mayor's office of African American male engagement has helped 16 squeegee workers find jobs. We spoke with one of them today.
Okay, he helped 16 of them find jobs. That's still better than nothing, man. That's still better than nothing. 16
Male
of them.
engagement has helped 16 squeegee workers find jobs. We spoke with one of them today.
Oh, God.
The last 3 months have been life.
Yo, there's no hope. There's no solution. Shout out to Manos. He says, I like how you do preliminary undercard and then the main event. Yeah, salute to you, bro. Manos in the building. Out of how many? Yo, in a city like Baltimore, you're talking about 600,000 people, 700,000 people. Man, who knows how many squeegee boys it is? It ain't a number that you can. What, 1,000?
Changing for Sean Allen.
We still young, still learning. Everybody needs some help here and there.
He's a squeegee worker, but has been squeegeeing a lot less these days.
There's a process moving them from the corner onto the constructed pathway.
Last November, the mayor launched a 90-day initiative to try to find squeegee workers stable employment through the Office of African American Male Engagement. The workers.
Okay. So yeah, I ain't gonna go through all that. They.
The program in Baltimore City aims to help people struggling with finding a job or underemployment.
Program's part of a movement to stop squeegee workers at intersections across the city. Typically, this time of year, you'd start to see more of those workers out and about as the weather warms up. But restrictions have targeted squeegee workers, setting up no-go zones after a string of incidents, including the death of a driver allegedly shot by a squeegee worker after confrontation near the Inner Harbor. WJZ is live at 11.
Hey, Caroline Forback, you had a chance to speak with former squeegee workers who are now taking advantage of these new resources.
That's right. We spoke.
Let's see this one nigga. Let's see this nigga. Here you go. Here you go, right here. Here you go, nigga.
Yeah, I could be doing a lot more instead of being out here every day.
Lance White wondered the same thing while he was squeegeeing in Baltimore City. He says he started while he was still in school after a friend suggested it, until last year when he got involved with the Higher Up program.
Just, took that leap of faith, there's something else.
The Baltimore City Mayor's Office of Employment Development has placed several people, including squeegee workers, in jobs through their Higher Up program. Higher Up is a transitional jobs program for Baltimore City residents 18 and over who need a steady job. Program manager Kiara Watson says their mission is to help people find work.
We are back.
Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God. Salute, man. Oh my God. You niggas is just Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, you niggas, man. I mean, like, my God. They need help, and they need more help, and they need more help after the help, and then you got to help them with the help, and then you got to make sure they take the help, and then you got to give the helpers help. You got to help the guys who help the help, and then you got to make sure that they don't help the Jeez.
Now to a crime alert. A double shooting under investigation in West Park tonight. Neighbors waking up to the sound of gunfire overnight. Local 10's Terrell Fournay live with the latest on the investigation. Terrell.
Yeah, 2 shooting victims from that one incident, both of them found in separate locations, but we know that those men were rushed here to Memorial Regional Hospital in Hollywood, where at last check, they were still recovering tonight. Traces of crime scene tape and memories of unmistakable gunfire are all left behind on this block in West Park, hours after a violent crime played out in the overnight hours.
So many gunshots.
How, like a lot more than
a lot. Multiple. Boom, 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 boom.
Detectives from the Broward Sheriff's Office raced to the scene after 911 calls poured in, all to report that 2 men had been shot. The first victim was found in front of a home here, suffering from apparent gunshot wounds.
I think it was around 3 o'clock. I just heard like a bunch of gunshots.
The sound woke neighbors around 2 a.m. along Southwest 58th Avenue and 40th Street. Multiple evidence markers could be seen on the ground, some of them marking the spot of shell casings. Investigators used flashlights to track down more clues. We've learned the crime spans 2 scenes. A white...
Fucking niggas.
All right, I've got 3 people in the woods right now. All right, they're trotting. Y'all get your perimeter set up. Keep them inside the park. They're at a good jog now, running eastbound. All right, one of the guys is moving something on the ground or trying to roll something up. Can't quite tell what they're doing here. Looks like he dropped something. They're approaching a multi-storage trailer, like a little storage trailer over here. And he just put something on the ground here. They're all handing him something to put on the ground right by this storage container. All right, and one of the gentlemen just chucked something across the fence. All right, they're clearing the wood brush now. I got one with his hands up. Command advise CSX, we're on the tracks right now. I got two of them laying down, third one's laying down now. All right, give me one unit over back to the park. I got a couple of places I need you to go investigate.
Wow. These niggas ran in the woods. They thought they was gonna get away. Jeez.
On Indy's northwest side, first at 4, a normal Saturday night out turns into violence with explosive gunfire caught on camera. And that shooting you just saw and heard left 3 people hurt, several cars covered in bullet holes, and 1 man in jail. Thanks for joining us first at 4. I'm Aaliyah Blackburn.
And I'm Rafael Sanchez. As we reported, police did arrest 1 man in connection to this case, but now officers say they're searching for another suspect. Fox 59's Jesse Wells explains why police say that new video you just saw shows the dangers of modified guns. We do want to warn you, the video you're about to see of the shooting is violent.
After speeding away from the scene of the triple shooting right here outside the drive-thru, this Jimmy John's near 56 in Georgetown, the suspect was chased 2 miles down Guyon Road by police until he got stuck on these train tracks. Police and prosecutors agree the case illustrates a daily challenge for law enforcement. With more than a dozen people walking around, 2 unprovoked gunmen unleashed a wall of lead. IMPD officers monitoring the large crowd Saturday night heard the gunfire and quickly found 3 victims wounded.
Certainly the allegations in this case are very disturbing because we have 3 counts of attempt murder and it could have been many more.
With the victims on the ground defenseless, the video shows the shooter using a second gun to continue firing. That's why prosecutors charged 21-year-old Carlos Contreras with 9 felonies, including attempted murder and aggravated battery. Prosecutors believe the suspect used an assault rifle and a gun with a machine gun conversion device to spray so many rounds in a short period of time.
We had 40-some shell casings collected at that scene. It highlights all the different challenges that we see day in and day out in our community.
According to this affidavit, the victims told police the shooting seemed to be random because there was no argument or disturbance prior to the gunfire. Prosecutor Mears agreed with IMPD's chief, who said this week that the proliferation of machine gun conversion devices poses a huge public safety risk.
They're easily accessible. They can buy them on the internet. You can make them at home on a 3D printer, relatively cheap. So it's a significant issue.
The amount of danger that these firearms pose to people in the community is significant.
In addition to the wounded victims, multiple cars were damaged by the gunfire. Prosecutors believe a second gunman fled the scene in this blue SUV. Police are still working to identify that suspect. Finally, the suspect made his initial court hearing today and is being held on an $800,000 surety bond pending trial. Jesse Wells, Fox 59 News.
Jesse, thanks for that. New information now at 4 Metro.
Man, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Whew. Here we go. 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 Bada bing. Main event.
How many times does history have to repeat itself until folks realize soft on crime policies are putting other people's lives at risk?
Yeah, so the latest example involves a repeat offender with a long rap sheet and now accused of killing a Florida mother riding her e-bike. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has this story for us this morning. Jason?
Hey, good morning, Mark and Charlotte. Yeah, so what makes this story so infuriating is that the court gives this guy a second chance, and he takes the goodwill given to him and is now accused of killing a woman in an
That shit ain't goodwill. Goodwill is given to people who deserve it. That's nigger will. That's nigger will because he's a nigger. They gave him another chance because he's a nappy-headed nigger, and there's too many niggas in jail. The reason people take advantage of goodwill is because they've done something good to earn it. It's evident that it's something that's not free because they've earned it. Either by something, I don't know what you could make these criminals do. I guess do something, but they've earned it. This nigga didn't earn nothing. So the goodwill was just like, it's like giving a girl it's like giving some chick that's not that into you. It's like giving some chick a gift and she don't really fuck with you like that. That bitch probably gonna leave that shit on the bus or give it to her fucking little sister or some shit. She don't want that shit.
This morning. Jason?
Hey, good morning, Mark and Charlotte. Yeah, so what makes this story so infuriating is that the court gives this guy a second chance, and he takes the goodwill given to him and is now accused of killing a woman in an absolutely horrific way. A mother just 38 years old riding her e-bike in Gulfport, Florida, struck by a man who should never have been behind the wheel. Investigators say 22-year-old.
Look at that nigga. He kind of looked like a Horn African, man. That motherfucker kind of looked like a motherfucking, he got some goddamn Ethiopian, that type of blood in him. And mixed with some nigga. Like some nigga and some Ethiopian blood. Like his dad seen one of them fat ass Ethiopian bitches and was like, yo, I need to have that. But he got them Ethiopian eyes, man. Salute to P.L. Sandridge. He says, salute Ak and the nation. May God bless you all and save you from the sun. Oh, shit, man.
By a man who should never have been behind the wheel. Investigators say 22-year-old Xavier Rigby was barreling down the street in a Nissan Altima late Saturday night when he plowed into Kirsten Strang. Police say she was tossed on the windshield of the vehicle and carried for 8 blocks before she fell off the hood, left to die on the road while
that nigga carried her for 8 blocks. You know how long 8 blocks is, man? You know how long 8 blocks is? What time was this, man? This nigga got this white lady on his hood. This nigga got some white lady on his hood in the South. Remember, y'all? Remember when we talked about last week? This the South. This the South, y'all. Mississippi, Florida, it's the South. This nigga riding around with a white lady on a fucking hood of his car, just in the South, just riding down for 8 blocks. And then she fell off and he kept going. In the South. Because you know the South is not where the majority of niggas live. They act like the South means something. The South. What do you mean the South? That's where most of the niggas live. That's where 63% of niggas live, in the South. The fuck you talking about the South? Like it's some big bad place.
A mother just 38 years old riding her e-bike in Gulfport, Florida, struck by a man who should never have been behind the wheel. Investigators say 22-year-old Xavier Rigby was barreling down the street in a Nissan Altima late Saturday night when he plowed into Kirsten Strang. Police say she was tossed on the windshield of the vehicle.
He said late Saturday night?
Rolling down the street in a Nissan Altima late Saturday night when he.
So on a Saturday night, that's a lot of people are out. A lot of cars on the road on a Saturday night. People are going to clubs, going out to dinner, movies. People are doing things on late Saturday night. This nigga riding around with a fucking white lady for a hood ornament. He got a white woman hood ornament on and just riding down the street.
Out into Kirsten Strang. Police say she was tossed on the windshield of the vehicle and carried for 8 blocks before she fell off the hood, left to die on the road, while Rigby kept on driving. Kirsten was a proud mom, her social media filled with photo after photo celebrating the little boy she adored. When cops caught up with Xavier Rigby, they say he was impaired and refused a sobriety test. But the tragedy isn't just what happened that night. It's what should have been prevented. Rigby's record is a rap sheet of road mayhem, leaving the scene of a crash, driving on the wrong side of the highway, unlawful speeding, and a DUI in 2023 that the state reduced to a reckless driving charge. But this time, the judge wasn't handing out breaks. Rigby is looking at felony charges, including vehicular homicide and DUI manslaughter.
You've killed somebody, left the scene, and dragged their body.
Kirsten leaves behind a child who'll never feel another hug from mom. Rigby leaves behind a trail of warnings ignored. The judicial system gave him a chance, and this mother paid with her life.
Listen, I'm gonna let y'all come up. Let me let y'all come up if you want to talk about this. If you want to talk about the price of tea in China, don't come up. Please don't come up here and talk about the price of tea in China. I only want to talk about this. This shit is crazy, man. Wow. How many white women gotta suffer? How many white women gotta die, man? Before y'all lock these apes up, man. Look at that. That's the whitest. It don't get no whiter than that. Salute to PL Sandridge, man. Coming through, man. Shout out to PL Sandridge, man. That's white. She whiter than the Ukrainian. The Ukrainian got that tainted Eastern European blood, man. This is a white woman. Look at how white she is. She just the white as snow. And it's pure. White and it's innocent and it's pure snow. Look at this nigga. Dead eyes. You can't even, his eyes dead. He just he just a goddamn, that nigga a proto-human. That nigga just know food. Food and fucking, they don't even know shelter, just food. Food and run. That's all the fuck he know. Food and run. Food, fight, the 3 F's. Food, fight, and flight. That's all that nigga know. Food, fight, and flight. Food, fight, flight. Ooga booga. Oh yeah, don't forget fuck. Gotta remember for the 4 F's. Food, fuck, fight, and flight. That's all his brain registers. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Carried her for 8 blocks. Carried this woman for 8 blocks in the South, in the deep, dirty South, where, the South, where, white people be chasing black people around with pitchforks and torches in the South, in Shreveport and Baton Rouge and New Orleans, Birmingham, where white people be, fucking with black people and shit in the South.
Child will never feel another hug from mom. Rigby leaves behind a trail of warnings ignored. The judicial system gave him a chance, and this mother paid with her life.
Mark Shaw, a source within the Florida Highway Patrol, tells us that they're alarmed that Rigby was still behind the wheel. They've launched an investigation to see where the breakdown occurred because it doesn't appear that his license was suspended or revoked, even though he had nearly 10 infractions, traffic infractions. We listed just 4, just within the last 5 years.
That is infuriating.
Yeah.
All right, Jason, thanks.
Yeah, it's very infuriating, man. Very infuriating, man. Very infuriating, man. What's the other? There's another story on that. Very, very infuriating, man. Extremely infuriating. Precious white woman just taken off of this earth. By a goddamn ape or proto-human. And before we get to that, finish that, look in New York today. Another hit and run. Another woman killed in New York in a hit and run. I'm going to get back to that.
The driver accused of killing one woman and injuring a man in a hit and run crash in Midtown has now been charged.
This as we're learning new details on the incident, including the victims this morning. Let's get right to Good Day's Haley Fixler. She joins us breaking down the latest. Haley, good morning.
Good morning, Tashani. Dan, multiple reports now indicate the couple who was hit were tourists from Germany. We're also now learning that the driver of the minivan, who were told
the couple that were hit were tourists from Germany. So that means white. Shout out to John Hancock, man. Salute to you, John Hancock. So that means white. Let's see the race of the fuck. This is New York. Let's see the race of the fucking ape behind the wheel.
the couple who was hit were tourists from Germany. We're also now learning that the driver of the minivan, who we're told sped off after the crash, is now facing 2 charges. Police tell us 40-year-old Mohammed Abu Zaid from the
Not a Negro, he a goddamn desert demon. A motherfucking desert demon. A fucking desert demon. Look at all this shit. Just killing these white people on the road, running these white people over left and right, man. If this was niggas getting run over by white people, it would be a conspiracy. It would be a conspiracy. Man, something going on, man. 2 black people got hit by white people in the last 3 years, man. It's something going on, man. Something going on, man. They don't want to tell us, man. They don't never want to tell us what's really going on, man. Something ain't right, man. How 2 black people get run over by white people in the last 3 years, man? Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right, man. Shit, man. Something ain't right, man. Something ain't right, yo. Something ain't right, man. It don't make no sense, man. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck that happened, man? That's how they do us, though. You know how they do us, man. You know how they do us. Shit. Mohammed Abu Zaid
is charged with leaving the scene without reporting that caused injury or death and failure to yield to a pedestrian or bicycle. Before 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, police say a Toyota Sienna hit the couple on 40th and 5th Avenue, right near the New York Public Library. We're told Abu Zaid tried to avoid blocking a box truck, and that's when he allegedly went in reverse when the box truck came up behind him. The couple was crossing the street when they got caught in between the minivan and the truck. Officers say the 50-year-old woman died. We're told her 55-year-old husband is in the hospital right now with a skull fracture. Police say Abu Zaid promptly sped off after the crash, and they caught up with him a few blocks away. They say he had a dented bumper on his van. Take a listen to what witnesses tell us.
I was walking back from lunch and I saw this man in front of this truck, he seemed out of it, and he was leaning up and he had blood all over him. And then I walked around the corner and everyone was starting to take video, and I'm just wait a second, where's all the ambulances or police cars? And I called 911 immediately.
I heard that there was an accident. It was all taped up, and then there was unfortunately a body on the floor.
The driver could be arraigned as early as this morning. Dan?
Haley, thank you.
Jeez.
Tonight, a driver in Midtown facing charges for a deadly hit and run. Police say that 40-year-old hit and killed a tourist from Germany. Her husband still in the hospital.
Nah, I can't find his mugshot. But yeah, back to the main event, man. This is how fresh this story is, guys. This is how fresh this story is. The only other thing I can find on it is this. The only other thing I can find on that hit that white woman and drove around with her on the hood of his car for 8 blocks and then tossed her off to die in the street alone was this.
Who would have thought that the man with a long history of criminality as relates to operating vehicles and consumption of alcohol and drugs would go on to commit a horrible crime that resulted in a woman being killed? Who would have thunk?
Salute to my man, Mike Amon. Mike Amin. He says, Black Colombo needs some white Colombian. Tampa's in the building. This happened in our backyard. Damn. Be careful out there, man, when you walking around, man. Sons is on the road, man. Be careful.
Viva Frei, former Montreal litigator turned current Florida rumbler in my home office, and this is a story that many of you might not have heard about, despite the fact that it actually occurred in the free state of Florida. I love this state. I love it unequivocally, full stop. One thing about it, however, is that it is not safe for bike riding on the streets. I say this somewhat humorously, although it's not funny, between geriatrics who can barely see over the steering wheel and young people who drive like maniacs. Florida is simply not a safe place to be bike riding on the streets, despite the amount of bike lanes and shoulders that they have. When you are a bike, a small aluminum or titanium frame, if you're able to afford one, riding on the bike with massive vehicles driving at 60, 70 miles an hour, it's just not safe, despite how safe they try to make it. And if you had any doubts, just look at the statistics for the states that are the most dangerous for bike riding. From the AI overview, take it with a grain of salt, although I already knew that it was true. Florida is consistently ranked as the most dangerous state for bicyclists, particularly due to a combination of high population density, a large number of drivers who are unfamiliar with roads, like elderly drivers and tourists, high rates of distracted and impaired driving, and infrastructure that is, quote, dangerous by design, end quote. Louise.
You missed one factor, bro. You missed one factor.
Louisiana, New Mexico, and South Carolina also frequently appear on lists of the most dangerous states based on cyclist fatality rates. So under normal circumstances, Florida is the most dangerous state to be a bicyclist on the road. Throw into that criminals who have multiple offenses as relates to consumption of alcohol, speeding, reckless driving, being let out on the streets to do it again. And you have situations like this, which doesn't seem to be making the news as much as it should be. From Tampa Bay Times, man arrested after fleeing fatal DUI crash in Gulfport, deputies say. He drove 8 blocks with the body on his windshield, according to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. A 22-year-old man faces DUI charges related to a Saturday night car crash in Gulfport where a woman died. Xavier Omar Rigby was driving south on 49th Street, approaching 10th Avenue South at a, quote, high rate of speed, end quote, around 10 p.m. Saturday, according to a news release from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Kirsten Eileen Hermaine Strang, 38, was riding a bicycle in the right lane on 49th Street at the same time. Rigby hit Strang with his car, the release said, ejecting her body from the bike onto his car. He drove about 8 blocks with Strang's body still on the windshield, deputies said. Now, I'm almost reluctant to make this observation because to some it might sound like I'm blaming the victim, which I am not, full stop. There are just certain things you can do to minimize your chances of getting hit by a vehicle, one of which is not driving at night. But set that aside. The dude hits the woman on her bike. He drives 8 blocks with her body on the hood of the car before fleeing the scene. Wait until we get to his criminal record history, but let's just carry on with the article. And before we carry on with the article, just for everyone out there, don't ride a bike at night unless it's absolutely necessary. Make sure that you're wearing a helmet and ride on the sidewalk. Don't ride on the streets anywhere, but especially in Florida. And now back to.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, don't ride at night. But if you're going to admonish the victim, I'd love to hear you say why. Really why? I mean, like, really why? It's a large population of brown people down there, man. It's a large population of people from other countries down there. You got a lot of blacks, you got a lot of Cubans, you got a lot of Haitians.
The criminality and the criminal with a long criminal history fleeing the scene of a crime. And where did they find him? That's right, at an alcohol store. Rigby fled the crash without calling 911, the release said. Strang was pronounced dead on scene. Police found Rigby at a liquor store about a mile south from the crash. He showed signs of impairment and refused to perform field sobriety tests, the release said. Rigby was booked into the Pinellas County Jail on Sunday morning on 1 count of DUI manslaughter, 1 count of leaving the scene of a crash involving death, and 1 count of vehicular homicide, leaving the scene. Rigby was arrested in September 2023 on DUI charges after officers stopped him for driving on the wrong side of the road. He admitted to drinking alcohol and smoking weed before driving, court records show. That is the article from the Tampa Bay Times. That's the extent of the coverage as far as I've seen, although we're only a few days out. A woman is dead. A 38-year-old mother is dead, having been hit by a man with a long history of alcohol-related driving crimes. She's now dead. He's now arrested for, I don't know, the umpteenth time. And what do we learn from all of this? It seems that if you're the authorities, very little. And here's a tweet from the Patriot Oasis breaking. Xavier Omar Rigby, 22, drove 8 city blocks with a woman's body on the windshield after hitting her on a bike. Kirsten Eileen Hermans Strang, 38, was killed. She was a mother. Rigby had 9 prior traffic violations. There were signs. And here in the screen grab, you have previous traffic violations for Xavier Rigby since April 27, 2020. Unlawful speed, 30 miles per hour and greater, speeding 6 to 9 over the limit, speeding 20 to 29 over the limit, leaving the scene of a crash involving property damage, no insurance, and that is September 27, 2022. Operating an unregistered motor vehicle, reckless driving when reduced from DUI, possession of marijuana, open container driver possession, driving the wrong side of the divided highway, speeding 6 to 9 over the limit. Some people might try to racialize this incident. I don't see that as being a factor yet. I see this as a problem of being soft on crime. Some people might try to politicize this. I don't know what the political leanings of Pinellas County is. All that I know.
What do you mean try to politicize it? What do you mean try to politicize it? It is political. You can't try to politicize it. That nigga should never have fucking been behind the wheel of a car or on the other side of some bars. What do you mean politicize it? It is political. Democrat judges, liberal judges, soft on crime judges, soft on crime laws. Nobody's trying to politicize it. The fact that it exists is because of y'all politics. Salute to Gauch Malo. Gauch Malo says, salute Ak and the nation. You are censoring this message. Was it YouTube? I think they mean YouTube. YouTube. Damn. Crazy, man. You know what? That's okay, man. I ain't tripping. Salute to you guys, man. Appreciate you coming through, Gauch Malo. PL Sanders says, reminds me of Memphis. Eliza, the pretty white jugger. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I remember that. That was like 2 years ago. The heiress. Forgot her name, Eliza something, but yeah. The other guy, yeah, the serial rapist. Yep.
is that a man who had 9 prior incidents, some of which were very serious, who still seemingly had a license, was back on the road, apparently inebriated. And now that I think about it out loud, he might have gone to the liquor store afterwards so that he could consume alcohol after the accident. It's called the bolus defense. So he could say, well, I wasn't drunk when it happened. I'm drunk now because after it happened, I had to go get alcohol because I was so distraught. So he can chug some alcohol after the incident in order to try to conceal the fact that he was under the influence during the incident. It's actually called the bolus defense. For those who don't know, Canada enacted a law that you could actually be found guilty of drunk driving if you are found to be intoxicated or over the limit within a certain period of time of having driven the vehicle. And so much so, by the way, that you could actually be at your own home. And if someone calls in and says, I saw him coming in drunk, and then they go ring your doorbell and you're under the influence, they can presume that you were driving under the influence because you were drunk afterwards. The bolus defense, it's literally something that exists under the law. AI overview, take it for what it's worth, but I know that it's true. The bolus defense, also known as bolus drinking, was a legal argument in impaired driving cases where a driver claimed their blood alcohol concentration, BAC, was below the legal limit at the time of driving, even if a later breath test showed they were over the limit. The argument was that they had consumed a large amount of alcohol just before or during driving, and the alcohol was still being absorbed into their bloodstream, so their BAC was not yet at its peak. However, this defense is largely irrelevant in Canada due to the, quote, 2-hour rule, end quote, which makes it an offense to have a BAC over the legal limit within 2 hours of driving, making the argument that alcohol was still being absorbed invalid. Yeah, I didn't actually think this vlog was somehow going to turn into a critique of Canada to highlight the insane laws in Canada, but everything eventually leads to showing how insane Canada has gone. All that to say, this is a terrible story. It's a tragedy, and it was a preventable tragedy if the law had been applied properly to the people who break the law. Now, with that said, if you're still watching this vlog and you have not yet liked, shared, subscribed, hit that notification button, do it, because
I'll give you a like for that. Fuck it. I'll give you a like for that. Salute. But yeah, man. Wow, I found another story on it. It's not much out there. It's not much out there about this, man. This is horrible. To ride around with that woman for 8 hours. I mean, for 8 blocks. This is awful, man. This is awful.
Man arrested for a deadly hit and run in Gulfport this weekend will have his first court appearance later this morning.
8 on your side's Alessandra Young is live outside the Pinellas County Courthouse with the new details we've learned this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Avery and Chris. You know, all of this fatal hit and run happened around 10 o'clock Saturday night. And investigators say their suspect was driving under the influence when he hit a woman on an e-bike and then continued driving with her on his windshield for several blocks until he ultimately ended up fleeing. Deputies say Xavier Rigby was speeding on 49th Street when he hit Kirsten Strang on her e-bike and she landed on his windshield. Investigators say Rigby drove like that for 8 blocks before he took off. Rigby was later found by St. Pete police, where they say he showed signs of being impaired. Cops say Rigby refused to cooperate with field sobriety tests. He was charged with leaving the scene of a crash involving death, vehicular homicide leaving the scene, and DUI manslaughter. So first appearance will begin at 8:30 here this morning at the Pinellas County Courthouse. For now, live in Clearwater, I'm Alessandra Young, 8 on your side.
Damn. Jeez. I mean, god damn, man. This shit sad, man. This shit is sad, bro. Think about that mom, man. She's riding. She's like, yo, she's like probably all fucked up. She's like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Is this dude gonna stop? Is he driving me to the hospital? Is he driving me to the hospital? Like, what is this motherfucker doing? Like, damn. Jeez. These motherfuckers are wicked, bro. So she held him. He didn't get a bond. He didn't get a bond. Damn. Jeez. At least the judge did the right thing now that he's killed somebody. He said Viva Frey is a good guy. He's a lawyer, so he has to be a bit more tempered. Yeah, man. Salute to that guy, man. Yeah, I was aware of him. It's the first time I watched one of his videos, but yeah, I've been aware of him. He been around for a while, man. Salute to that guy, man. He from Canada, so it's like, yeah, if he Canadian, he gonna be. They don't even have freedom of speech up there, so he gotta, watch what he say. 750K bond, yo. To drive around with this woman on the hood of the car. Could you imagine if a white person did that? If the races were reversed, they don't even value our lives. We're nothing to them. Black bodies mean nothing to them. It wouldn't even be to that guy. It would be to all white people. All white people would have hit that lady. If this is a black woman on the hood of that car, all white people would have had a black woman on the hood of their car. That's how it works in America. Damn. All white people would have had a... Man, look how they do us. Look how they do us. Look how they do us. You see how they do us? They do us. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. They don't care about us. So the New York Post did a video on it. Let's see if yeah. If it would have been that way, if it would have been that way instead of the other way, if it would have been this way, if this would have been the story, the one at the bottom, drive around for 8 blocks. That's like it's stop signs and motherfucking stop signs and lights. Jeez. We wouldn't hear the end of it, man. We wouldn't hear the end of it. Salute to everybody. Everybody share this video, man. Share this video. Share this one. This is one to share, man. Share this one. Jeez. Let me see what the people are saying, man. I want to know what the people are saying about this, man. This one says, a similar situation happened in Fort Worth years ago, except the driver was a black woman and the victim a white homeless man. They turned it into a movie and made the driver white. True story. This one, like Irina, took way too long for the national media attention. The MSM managed to hide this one since Saturday because they know what the reaction will be. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely something that I don't think the country has a bandwidth for this, man. I don't think the country has the bandwidth for this. We exhausted. Like this is the other side of black fatigue, where like you get fatigued of black fatigue. You get tired of black fatigue. You get tired of black fatigue. You get fatigued of black fatigue. That's literally what happens. They get you fatigued of black fatigue. And you just don't want to deal with it anymore. You tap out because it's like, God damn. Everybody knows it's them now. Nobody's gonna do anything about it. You become jaded. Yeah, you just become jaded. Like, think about that woman that she's probably dazed or probably dying on the hood of a car that's moving. And this nigga won't stop. Gee. He said the next stage after fatigued, probably. This one says, this was my friend's sister that was killed. She was kind-hearted and very much loved in Gulfport, St. Pete. You should see this asshole's driving record, among other things. He's a rotten piece of shit, and I hope his soap is dropped daily. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a stage after fatigue. I mean, white people are not a monolith. Now if blacks were pissing off liberals, we already see what the left is doing. The left gets busy. The left will get it cracking, but blacks aren't pissing off the left. Blacks are pissing off the right. The left doesn't care about the crime because they just need to use the blacks for the votes, and they use the blacks for identity. Because even more so than the black votes, you can hide behind black people. You can hide all your evil behind black people. If you do something evil, you say, "Oh, the person was racist." Or if you want to, if you're doing some evil shit and you want to deflect and protect it from criticism, you just call the people who criticize it racist. So black people are very useful to the left. And the left is the whites that get it cracking. Conservatives ain't busting a grape. Conservatives ain't busting a grape. And they got all the guns. The conservatives got all the guns, and they not going to bust a grape. And that's cool, because right now that might not be the way. Right now you need to just change the laws. You need to fight with the laws and fight with the legislation. I don't think conservatives need to go out and shoot people, but the left gets it cracking, okay? They get it cracking out here in these streets. Yeah, look at all these hit and runs. Look at all these hit and runs from different towns. Fucking on Brito. Goddamn. Sun Man. Another on Brito. Another Sun Man. Oh no, this is she was killed by a 15-year-old illegal alien, okay. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. They say Indians drive worse than anybody. That's the thing. That you think Sons and Asians and on Burritos drive bad? They say Indians are worse than all of them. I don't know for a fact because I can't remember seeing it, but from what I've heard, I remember after that guy did that U-turn with the 53 with the big rig on the highway. I just started seeing people talk about, yeah, Indians, man. India, the roads in India are hell. They drive like maniacs in India. They say the Indians, it ain't nobody close when it comes to driving. So have you seen downtown India? Downtown India. Which city, man? He said, look at the videos. I'll check out some videos, man. Yeah, so we importing a lot of people in here, man, that have no clue of our standards. Our standards and our mores and our values. Kirsten Aileen Hermes Strang. Damn, it's always all these hit and runs are fucking. Oh, look at this! Look at all the hit and runs. All the women killed by hit and run. This guy. It's always it's always a person of color. God damn. Jesus Christ. Jeez. Yo, this shit is crazy. I didn't put race into this filter. I didn't put race. I just pulled single mom killed and hit and run by repeat offender, and all these came up. Jeez. That shit is crazy. Everyone hit the like button, man. Share this video, man. Jeez. Fuck. Yo. Holy shit. Oh, God. Oh. Fuck. Oh, her body was lodged in the windshield. Okay, because that's why she couldn't get off, because her body was locked. So she was like in the windshield. So he had to pull her out. Okay. So he pulled her out of the windshield. Okay. So yeah. This nigga, I was wondering how she got off the windshield. Oh, out of the windshield. Okay, off the hood of the car, because she was lodged in the windshield. And this nigga was driving. He was probably looking for a place to dump her. He's probably looking for a back street or alley or something, or a secluded area, so he could rip her ass out of the windshield and throw her off to the ground and keep it pushing to the liquor store. Damn. Jeez. Damn. This shit sad, man. God, dog. Holy shit. All the fucking, like literally all of the hit and runs are fucking Negroes or hombredos. Shit, and I didn't even put race. I didn't even put race into the fucking filter. Okay, here we go. Oh no, this is stabbed his ex-girlfriend 70 times. Dies in crash fleeing. Okay, so he died in a crash fleeing the murder scene after he stabbed his girlfriend 70 times. But that's not a hit and run. Wow. Yeah, man. White women taking it in the white women getting it in the air, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel, man. I gotta deal. I'm gonna go get the kitties, and it's cracking from then, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Appreciate all you guys, man. Great shows, man. Be back tomorrow, man. Do a morning show in the morning tomorrow. Tune in. Stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to Black Columbo, too. The Black Columbo channel. Same black time, same black channel.